Do you eat ramen 3 times a day because you're an entrepreneur? Well, today I'm going to show you what I eat that is actually cheaper than eating ramen and more satisfying, and also other ways you can save money as an entrepreneur. Coming up next. Hey guys, this is Broke to Beast, where we make videos about starting your own business, online or offline, as well as follow along my own journey. Before we start, if you like entrepreneurship and business content, make sure you go down below and subscribe because we post videos every day about helping you achieve your success. Okay, let's first talk about food, which is the most important thing. Now, in my case, I go to the gym, so I have to track my calories and my macros very precisely, so I can get stronger in the gym and I can get bigger. And so the foods that I've found that are the best in terms of giving all those three options is milk, eggs, and rice, because all those three complement the three main macronutrients that you need for your body, which are protein, carbs, and fat. And they're also the cheapest gram per gram. So if you look at rice, 1 kilo of rice, at least in my country, in Portugal, is 59 cents. In pasta, for example, if I paid 59 cents, I could get 500 grams. So you understand what I mean. So rice is cheaper in terms of carbs. The next one is eggs. Eggs is one of the cheapest because for 6 eggs, I get 40 grams of protein. And for 6 eggs, I pay 0.65 euros, which is also very cheap. And for milk, for 1 liter, I pay 0.49 euros, which gets me 50 grams of carbs and 30 grams of protein. So it's 2 birds with 1 stone with milk. And so in total, in my bulking season, where I was eating the most, including vegetables and oil and other things, I was using 3.5 euros per day on average. So that's the maximum, and that gives me around 110 euros per month. So that is really cheap, especially in an European country. For example, ramen, if I buy in the Chinese shop, I can buy ramen for 50 cents for 1 packet. But that packet doesn't give me a lot of nutrients. It gives me maybe 30 grams of carbs. So I'd have to eat 6 packs of those or even more per day in order just to get my carb intake that I need. And so that would already pass me over the price that I pay for everything together. So your ramen is not the cheapest option. Alright, the second topic we're going to talk about is about commuting. So if you have to go to the gym or if you got to go to work with a vehicle, there's 3 options mainly. There's a car, you can have a public transportation, or you can go by bike. Now, clearly, car is the most expensive one, usually in most countries, because you have to pay the maintenance, the insurance, and the gas. And even if you're like myself, that the car is owned by the family, so the expenses are paid by the family, you'll still probably have to pay gas, and gas is expensive. Second one is public transportation. So here, I would be paying 30 euros per month for public transportation. And although that is not a very high price, especially if you have a job or you're making money with a business, but for a bike, for example, that I recently just bought, I paid 90 euros plus 10 euros for accessories, so 100 euros. So in 3 months, I would have paid my bike with public transportation money. So if it was 30 euros, it would take me 3 months and 10 days around to get to my bike price. So in the long run, I think it could be a very valuable possession. Another tip is to live with your parents as long as you can, or to live in a cheap country. So if you live with your parents, usually you don't have to pay expenses, you don't have to pay rent. Maybe you have to pay for food or not. I don't know, it depends on your household. But living with your parents, you'll always save more money than not. And so try to extend it as long as you can. If you have to stay in university, I'd say maybe don't stay in university, because then you can get a job, and even if you pay some expenses because your parents say, oh, now you gotta get a job, then it's fine because it's still cheaper than paying for university or the time that you would be wasting studying for university. And also, if you want to live in a cheaper country, for example, in Asia, it can also be a really good idea. Some Asian countries are really cheap, or also in the south of Europe or in the east of Europe, there are also cheaper countries. Right, the next tip is to get a part-time job or a full-time job. Now, I don't suggest this if you don't have discipline yet. I know most entrepreneurs would say, yeah, you should never get a job and whatever. But if you do have discipline and you are running out of money, then I'd say get a job and have that security, and then on the off hours prove to yourself that you have the discipline and that you truly want to become an entrepreneur, so you'll use those extra hours to build your business. That's what I'm doing with myself right now. I've just got a job and I'm excited for it because it's actually pretty good. And the best thing about it is that you have that hour. There's some times in the day where nobody's going to talk to me, and I can just pick up a computer and get to work because I'm a receptionist at a guest house. Try to find a job that has those characteristics. The next tip is not so much to directly save money, but it will help you in the long run not to become crazy. And it's the idea to have 1 day per week that you go a bit more in terms of expenses. So if you want to go to the cinema or you want to eat out for one day, you can do that, because this will prevent you to cheat and basically start wasting more money in the rest of the days. This doesn't mean that you should, waste 5 times as more, 6 times as more as you wasted in a normal day. It could just be to waste a little bit more money. So if you're wasting 3.5 euros per day, you can go up until 10 euros, for example. That's manageable, I'd say. And this will keep you sane and will help you stick to the plan. Next tip is to get to the bare essentials. So only have expenses monthly that will actually help you in your journey. So if you have TV subscriptions, cancel it. If you have any type of subscriptions that don't help you, just cancel it. Only things you need are probably a phone, Wi-Fi to work. You need a computer, but you probably have one ready. You need food and you need rent. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. No car payments, no nothing. Try to get rid of everything. And I know this is not the healthiest solution for the long term. If you read Rich Dad Poor Dad, he says, don't think about how you can't afford it. Think about how you can afford it. And so I do agree with that suggestion, but in the long run, in the short term, it's better to extend your savings through a few more months by not having those subscriptions, so you can focus on your business with a more stable mind. And also, in my opinion, if you're still in the beginning stages of building a big business, a great business, I'd say don't take vacations. 0. Just have 1 day per week where you go to the beach for half of the day, or you do something with your friends, you go out or something, for 2 reasons. The first one is you'll probably lose momentum. This is something I heard from Valuetainment, and it's true. I also felt it for myself. Even if you just take 2 weeks, not only are you spending money with a vacation, but you're also losing the momentum that you've built through all of those weeks. And also you'll be wasting money by traveling, by paying for hotel rooms, food, all that stuff. I'm not saying this to tell you don't take vacations, don't do anything fun. But if you truly want to become an entrepreneur, it's better to sacrifice now and while you're young and you don't have any obligations in order to have a big future and have a secure future for yourself. Anyways, I hope all this information helped, and the most important takeaway from this video is to remember that all the sacrifices that you're making right now is for something better in the future. Don't do it just because, oh, I'm hustling, I'm getting business, blah, blah. You have to think about it with a purpose, because if you don't, you'll just mindlessly try to save money, but it won't work because your motivation is going to go down and you start buying more expensive stuff and binging. And so if you remember your vision and why you're doing it right now, you'll have a motivation and you'll have a feeling of accomplishment if you stick to your plan and you don't waste a lot of money. Anyways, I hope this helped, and if you like this type of information, please leave a like and subscribe, because we post videos every day helping you achieve your success. And if you have any questions or comments about making money or saving money, please leave them in the comments below so we can exchange ideas with each other. And I hope this helped. Until next time, peace.